I asked which one do you want to hear about on my Instagram, which was ending dating advice or um, effects of being off Instagram or something to that effect. And it looks like ending dating advice once. I used to take dating advice online too. There's like lots of people who give it. I really don't recommend it. I don't personally because it's just like you don't know who these people are. You don't know what their lives look like. I do think that some of the stuff they talk about is great because it can help you establish boundaries. But at the same time, there's some topics that are just not topics, but some advice that's just a little, I don't want to say unrealistic, but just not accurate. Okay, let me talk about my experiences when I would take dating advice. So I think I stopped taking it like, what are we in, 2022? No, I was taking it in 2020. I think that's when I was really applying it because I'd been listening for a minute. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I was with my sister, my younger sister, and she liked watching this one YouTuber, and she gave a whole bunch of advice on like what to do and how to be. My sister was like, "Yeah, just listen to this, da 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 da." And one day I was just like, literally, maybe I remember I was inebriated. We'll say that I was inebriated, and I started laughing. I said, "Oh my god, this is so funny because I can actually see this working." That's inebriated me talking, and then I just kept like after that I would just like tune in every now and then or whatever, and I don't know. I just started to listen to it, and then I'd go out and I do what they said to do, and it never worked. It never worked. I said, what the hell? And then I kept doing that. Like, I kept doing it. Even like, I think 2020, I was doing like dating apps. And I had some amazing people. And not even just like dating apps, even in real life, amazing people. And I'd just be like, no. Like, if you asked me out on a coffee date, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not going. The person online said those are terrible dates and it's not worth your time. So I met this one lady and she dead ass did the opposite of what I was told or what the people who I was listening to said to do. She basically went on a coffee date and ended up hitting it off with this guy she met off of a dating app. So, and he was real successful, real chill. He wasn't a dusty or whatever. And that was her story. And I thought, damn, I guess I should have been going on those coffee dates. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I know why I didn't. It's because, like, people said not to, so I didn't do them. But I mean, I have no regrets. No regrets. It's just like, it's just funny to think about it now. So I just don't really recommend taking dating advice because we all have like our own, way. And like, who are these people? Who are them? Who are they? Like, who am I even? You don't have to listen to me. We could, keep listening. I think I do say that they did help to establish boundaries or to reaffirm boundaries because I already had boundaries, but it helped me to reaffirm them. But some of it was just like, I don't even know. There was just so much. I don't even really want to get into specifics, but I know no coffee dates was definitely one of them. And I listened to a few people. One lady, she like made me feel bad. She was basically saying that I was wasting my 20s and all of my good looks by not dating. And she really made it seem like I had an expiration date. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. I can get rich off of my looks and I'm wasting them. It gave me anxiety. It's honestly, I don't think all of it's terrible. Some of it's good, but I wouldn't listen to take it too seriously, take it to heart. I think take it with a grain of salt. And some people are nuts. Some people, like, after you watch them for a little bit, you're gonna start to realize they're not who they presented them to be in the beginning. So yeah. So just do you. Don't take anything. If you do take it, but I really think I'd rather hear dating stories than dating advice. I think those are better. Hear dating stories and like people's success and stuff like that rather than have someone tell you to act. Oh gosh, I have a great story. Okay, this is the I don't want to say meat and potatoes because I'm vegan, so I guess it's the potatoes and right, potato tacos. I had a really good potato taco, potatoes and mushrooms. And I met someone and I asked him if he was taking dating advice because I had stopped doing that. And he was like, no, I'm just freestyling. I'm just freestyling. That's what he was telling me. He was like, maybe I should be taking dating advice. And I wasn't really, I just kind of brought it up once. And we ended up talking for a few months. Yeah, I think we did. It was like a couple months. And then we like met up. Time went all messed up. We talked for a minute. We went on one date. He was cool, very sensitive, which I thought was cute. Very sensitive. I thought it was just so cute. Like, he would cry if you called him annoying. Like, who does that? I thought it was hilarious. Like, come on. Anyway. It was a helicopter that just flew by. I took this off because it's not like censoring. I don't know. It was making the sound too quiet. Maybe I'll put it on. I apologize for the sound quality in advance. I don't know what it's gonna sound like, but I'm editing this and posting it. If it's terrible, I'll just unlist it. I don't know. Anywho, so I ended up going on this date with this guy, and we had a nice date. I enjoyed it or whatever. I mean, I did whatever. It was cool. He messaged me like right before the new year after he like ghosted basically. And he said he was busy. He was like, "Oh my god, I'm in medical school and mental health." And I was like, "Okay, for sure. I guess that makes sense. Like, I don't care. It's not that serious." So he hit me up and he asked me what happened. What did he say? No, he started saying some crazy stuff that didn't make any sense. He basically said he was talking to somebody else now, and I was like, "Why are you telling me this?" That's what I was thinking. Like, he told me over text. It's like, "I'm talking to someone else." Da 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 da. And he's like, "I like to see you though." Blah blah blah. And then he was like, I don't know. I told my homegirl, like, screenshot the messages, and she's like, "He's not talking to anybody, Gabby. Like, there's no other girl." I said, "Really?" He's like, she says, "Yeah." Like, it's a lie. I said, "Why would you lie about that?" And she's like, "Well, some people just want to feel like they want to pretend that they have more, that they're more interesting than what they actually are." And I said, "That's fair, I guess." Now, sometime later, he hit me up again and he like invited me to hang out, and I was just like busy that day, so I couldn't. And so I think like a few days later, maybe a week passed, and I was like, "Hey, if you still want to hang out, I can hang out now. I have a car. I just got a car, y'all. Or it's a van, but hey." Anyway, so I just got a vehicle. And I'm like, "I have a vehicle now, so I can come see you." He's like, "Yeah, sure, we can hang." And then he canceled on me like literally the same night, the same day, because he hit me up after like super late. And then the next day he was like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm forming a relationship with someone right now, and I feel like it would be bad to like have females over, but we can do some other stuff, like," what did he say? "We can go hiking or go to like another play like you had invited me before," or something like that. And I'm just like, so you basically told me You basically told me to invite you in something else, and you canceled this and said females. And females is, to me, it's very disrespectful when people say females, because I feel like that's a way of you saying, calling me a female dog without saying female dog. You just said female. You know what I mean? So I just don't like that. He never says female. So this isn't even in your voice. Like, you're from the suburbs. You don't say females. You don't know about that. How do you know about that? So I knew he was lying, and I was like, ugh, this isn't even in your voice. That girl doesn't exist. My friend was right. And so I just told him, like, yeah, I'll be respectful of your imaginary girlfriend. Just be respectful and don't call women females. And that was it. That was the last time I spoke with him. And then sure enough, I think I saw him on a dating app actually shortly after. I was like, oh, look, whoop, there it is. So I wasn't really like upset or anything, but it was clear that like somebody else was directing him, or he had asked somebody else for advice. So then to see somebody who was doing exactly what I used to do, and for that to like happen to me, was just, it was so interesting. It was a moment I journaled about, and now I'm sharing with y'all to tell you that you shouldn't take dating advice, because if it's not in your voice, like, you know your situations more, your intuition is going to be stronger. And I think it is a lack of intuition and also like a fear, because maybe you lack experience. But it's just like, when you're a kid, you have to make friends. When you're an adult, you start dating. And, when you're a teenager sometimes too. So, do you. He did say he was intimidated. You know the situation better than your homies. I asked my homegirl just because it was like, girl, what is this? You know, it was kind of funny actually. It was comedy. It was goofy. You know. That is a story about dating advice gone wrong. The epiphany happened when I realized that that's probably how I looked or how I seemed when I used to, even though I think my stuff made more sense than that. But contextually speaking, yeah, was definitely not always listening to myself. And because I wasn't listening to myself, I was listening to others, and then I would have this experience that wasn't unique to what I would create. I curved some real cool guys, actually. To each their own. In the future, I don't give a damn. Really, I don't. Plus, like, I date differently now, too. Because he was listening to someone else's voice, this is probably what I sounded like. Taking dating advice kind of changes the course of your own dating life. And yeah, shit, I don't know what to say anymore. I feel like I ran out. I feel like I needed to eat before making this video, and the sun's going down. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment. If you want, follow me on Instagram. It's Flesh and Freedom too. It's Flesh and Freedom. So follow me on Instagram because I do post sometimes and ask people what they want to hear about. In my next video, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably talk about how taking an Instagram break affected me. I did that for a little bit, and it was so intriguing to see the results and how Instagram and just social media looked when I came back after going on a hiatus. A lot of overstimulation, but that's probably the next video. But for now, just listen to your own self and do what's best for you. Trust your intuition. And I guess that's dating advice, but that's my way of saying do you. And yeah, that's why it's like, you know, in dating advice. End it. It's confusing everyone and it makes you really closed off and afraid to be hurt. It makes you also take less risks, I guess, and not like risks that are just like stupid. Of course, you have to be careful, but I mean, it's just you're not sure about things. You know what I mean? You create all these rules and restrictions, and I think that's what, at least my generation, we've been trying to sway away from. I guess that's why we're so upset with gender roles, and that's why that was in question for so long. And I'm not speaking my views on gender roles because they've definitely altered, and I would go on a tangent. Actually, I'll just say it. I think we have natural gender roles that have been manipulated by secret societies. There, that's my conspiracy. I don't really think it's a conspiracy. I could definitely prove it. I'd like to hear about the times you've dating advice has failed you, or you took it and it helped you. Why was I listening to these people? I should have gone on that date with that person. Ugh. Anyway, this is a very heteronormative. No, it's not. It applies to everything. Goodbye.